Hello, how are you? Yeah, I am totally fine and good. So today we are going to start a new chapter which is inequalities and modulus. So in this chapter we are going to cover three topics. First one is inequalities, second part is absolute values and modulus, and then we do some practice question on these two topics which give you better understanding of these two topics. Okay. So first one is inequality. Okay. So first we see the difference between equality and inequality. Okay, so up till here we see the equality and don't see the inequality. So let's say we take one example. The sign for equality is this, but the sign for you use for, just give me a minute. We see the difference between equality and then inequality. Okay, so sign for equality is equal to, that we know, but in inequality we use the sign greater than, smaller than, greater than, equal to, less than, equal to. Let's say we take one example, x equal to 4, and here we take x is greater than equal to 4. So what answer you get here? You know, if x is value given for means the value of x is 4. So here we got a definite value. But in inequality, when you say x is greater than 4, that means x may be 4, 5, 6, 7 and so on. Right? So inequality gives range of value, not a definite value, while the equality gives the definite value. Here one thing also you have to see, that is at least and or at most. If I say any number and I put this sign like this, so this is the sign of at least. Why this is the sign of at least? Means the number is 4, या तो 4 होगा या उससे बड़ा होगा, तो एटलीस्ट 4 तो होगा ही होगा या फिर उससे बड़ा होगा, तो दिस इज द साइन ऑफ एटलीस्ट. When we say x is less this sign, so this is the sign of at most. Why at most? क्योंकि x 4 से बड़ा नहीं हो सकता, तो मैक्सिमम टू मैक्सिमम कितना होगा, 4 हो जाएगा. The x will be maximum to maximum 4, and either it is less than but not greater than 4, so it is the sign of at most. Okay, so note down this and let me know when you are done. Okay, then we move on the next concept. Next concept is effect of addition, subtraction, multiplication and division of a constant on inequality. So here we are going to see what happens when we add something in the inequality, subtract something in the inequality and multiply and division. So we see one by one. First is addition. Let's say we take an example, 6 is greater than 4. Okay, then we know. And if you add 2 on both sides, you say 8 is greater than 6, which is true. Means when you add something in inequality, the sign doesn't change. This sign remains as it is as earlier. Now I take the second example. Second example is if I subtract -2 from both the sides. So if you subtract -2 from both the sides, you get 4 greater than 2. This is also true, means sign doesn't change in subtraction also in inequality. Okay, let's do the multiply in the same example. Like if I multiply by 2 on both the sides, so I get 12 is greater than 8, which is also true, means sign also doesn't change in multiplication. Now we see these with negative constant, like 6 is greater than 4, and if I multiply by minus 2 on both the sides, so you get minus 2, 12 and minus 8. Now you tell me minus 12 is greater or minus 8 is greater. So definitely minus 8 is greater. Now here sign is reversed than earlier. So you remember that when you multiply by any negative constant in inequality from both the side, your sign get reversed. Now come on the divide. So 6 is greater than 4 again, and if I divide by 2 on both the sides, so you get 3 is greater than 2, which is also true, means sign same as it is earlier. Okay, now last one, if I divide by negative constant on both the side. If I divide by negative constant, you get minus 3 and minus 2, and you know minus 3 is less than minus 2. Okay, so here also sign is reverse. So you have to remember that in these two cases your sign is reverse, means if in inequality you divide or multiply by negative constant, its sign get reverse, otherwise its sign remain as it is earlier. Okay, now let's do one example. Now if 2x is greater than 6 is given, then x is greater than 3, that we know. This is the solution of this question. Now second one is second example. If minus 2x is greater than 6, then what is x? Then I say x is greater than 6 by minus 2. Okay, and x is less than minus 3. Here student do the mistake. What they do, they didn't reverse the sign. But if you divide by negative constant, the inequality of sign, the sign of inequality got reversed. So you remember that. Now third one, if 2x is greater than minus 6, then x is minus 6 by 2, so x is greater than minus 3. Here sign doesn't change. Okay, but some student write x is less than minus 3, which is totally wrong, because here in inequality you didn't divide by negative constant or multiply by negative constant, you only divide by positive constant, so sign remains same. Now I come on the fourth one. If I take, if x minus 2 is greater than 6, then what is the value of x? Then definitely x is greater than 8. So you understand this concept? Any problem in this? If not, then you note it down and let me know when you are done to be forward. Just give me a minute, I scroll down for you. Okay, note down first this, then we move ahead. Done? This also done? Okay. So sometimes GMAT also check this concept, only sometimes GMAT can give this type of question. What this say? Sign reverses when you take reciprocal of the given equality. Means if I say 3 is greater than 2 and if I reciprocal both the side, so you tell me 1 by 3 is greater or 1 by 2 is greater. Definitely 1 by 2 is greater. So when you reverses, means you reciprocal the number, then the sign of inequality also changes. So sign of inequality, conclusion is that sign of inequality changes in three cases. Either you multiply by negative constant, you divide by negative constant, or if you reciprocal the number. This is all about the subtraction, addition and multiplication and division of inequality. Now let's solve by one example. I give you 2 minutes, try this and tell me the answer. Okay. So I solve this. Okay. So first thing is that when this type of given equation in inequality or modulus, you never go to cancel this variable from this and you got answer x equal to 2, which is totally wrong, because it is a quadratic equation, so it has maximum 2 roots. So when this type of equation given in inequality, what you have to do, you have to solve like this. First you have to take all the variables on one side, like you have write this x square minus 2x equal to 0, and you, if you take x common, so you get x minus 2 equal to 0. Now tell me, if I say ab equal to 0, this is only possible when either case 1 is either a is 0 or case 2 either b is 0. Okay, so if here I consider AB, so what is the possible solution? Either x is 0 or x minus 2 equal to 0. From here I got x equal to 2. So I got two values of x, which is true only because it is a, so x equal to 0 and 2. This is the solution of this question. So note down this, then we move forward. Done? Okay. Now, if the second condition is given, if AB is greater than 0, if AB is greater than 0, this is only possible case 1, either A is greater than 0 and B is greater than 0, or either A is less than 0 and B is less than 0. What I mean to say, if I say, if I want the AB is greater than 0 and if I take two number, this is only possible if I multiply 2 into 3, which is 0, greater 6 is greater than 0, or I multiply 2 into minus 2 into minus 3, which also gives 6 is greater than 0. If 1 is positive and 1 is negative, then you get minus 6, which is less than 0. So this only two case possible in this condition. So the product of two quantities is positive, implies either both are positive or both are negative. So you have to remember this when this type of question come. Then we see one question on this. Okay, note down this and let me know when you are done. Okay, so we move on the next concept. X square is means you have to. I have solved this question for you. The question given is, if x square is greater than 2x, then you have to find the range of value of x. So here you have to find the range of value of x. Okay, so first we do similarly. We see above. First I take all the variable on one side. So I got this x square minus 2x is greater than 0. If I take x common, this will become x minus x minus 2 is greater than 0. If I consider a and this as b, so this is similar case of ab greater than 0, means either case 1, if I come to case 1, so in case 1, what is the, so either though x is greater than 0 or, sorry, or and, because both have to true. X minus 2 is greater than 0. This I got x is greater than 2 and I have to take common solution. So common solution from this is x is greater, if x is greater than 0, then definitely x is, if x is greater than 2, then definitely x is greater than 0. So if you understand this, then it is better, but if you not, then you use the number line. What is number line? Let's say I take two number on the number line, one is 0, another is 2. So what solution we get? We get first is x is greater than 0 and second is x is greater than 2. And what is the common solution? So common solution is this, x is greater than 2. Okay, similarly We do for case 2. In case 2, in case 2, x is less than 0 or x minus 2 is less than 0. So it gives x is less than 2. So what is the common solution for this? The common solution for this is x is less than 0. So what is the final answer? So the final answer is combined solution is x is less than 0 or x is greater than 2. Now you got this question? Okay, so note it down. Let me know, let me know. Then we move forward. First you write this, then we move ahead. Done? This also? Okay. Now the third case is if AB is less than 0, then either A is greater than 0, sorry, either A is greater than 0 and B is less than 0. Or second case is either A is less than 0 and P is greater than 0. Then only in only these two cases AB is less than 0 means if AB is less than 0 means the product of two quantities is negative, implies that sign of the two quantities are opposite to each other. I take similar example. If I want two numbers to be less than 0, so one must be positive and one must be negative. So it gives minus 6 which is less than 0, or either it is 2 minus 3 which also give minus 6 which is also less than 0. Okay, so you got this. So then we solve one question on this. The question is if x square is less than 2x, then again you have to find the range of x. Okay, so what he has given, again we do the same. We take all the variable on same side and factorize, so it become x minus 2 is less than 0. So it is only possible case 1, either x is greater than 0 and x minus 2 is less than 0. So it gives x greater than 0 and x less than 2. Okay. So if you see x is greater than 0 and less than 2, and if you draw a number line here, so 1 is 0 and 2, and if x is greater than 0 and less than 2 means this is less than 2. So what common solution you get? You get this common solution. So in first case I got the answer x 0 to 2. Okay. Now I come on the second case. So in second case x is less than 0 and x minus 2 is greater than 0. So here I get x is greater than 2 and x is less than 0. Again if I see that I get no solution, because if you made on the number line also, you see if this is the number line, this is 0, this is 2, so one solution is this, second one is this, so no solution because there is no common reason. So the final answer is x is 0 to 2. Okay, note down this, then we move forward. Done? Okay. So what is this type of question is asked in GMAT or GRE sometime, I think so. because it is a question of data sufficiency. So what this question says, if is an integer, what is the value of x? So if ask value of x means we have to find the unique value of x, not value more than 1. We find the unique value of x and we see both the condition is sufficient or not. Condition 1 and condition 2, or say condition A or condition B, is either sufficient or insufficient for finding the unique value of x. So I solve first one, then you try out more question. So first one is two condition are given. If x is an integer, means x doesn't do fraction or anything. So he asked for what is the value of x. So if I solve first condition, so I take variable one side, it become 3x minus 7x minus is less than 36, so it become minus 4x less than 36. So here if I divide by 36 minus 4, so I divide by negative constant, so sign of inequality will reverse, so I get the answer x is greater than minus 9. So I didn't get the unique value because if x is greater than minus 9, so x take many value, minus 8, minus 7 and so on. So condition 1 is insufficient. Okay. Now move on the second condition. So in second condition, if I solve, I get minus ka 8x is greater than 56. Again I multiply by negative constant, I directly reverse the sign, so I get x is less than minus 7. So again I got insufficient because there are many value of x. So both alone is insufficient, but if I combine 1 and 2, then what I get, x is greater than minus 9 or x is less than minus 7, and one condition is already given in question, means x is integer. So only possible integer between minus 7 and minus 9 is minus 8, so x is equal to minus 8. So both together are sufficient, so option is C. Got this question, data sufficiency? So note down this and then we move forward. Okay. Now again he asked for what is the value of x. Okay. So this is तो सीधा ही insufficient है भाई, क्योंकि x is less than 0, so x has many value. तो ये तो डायरेक्ट देख के ही समझ में आ रहा है कि x is less than 0 is insufficient. Now move on the first condition. So here I factorize x square minus 2x minus 8 equal to 0. So I'll write x square minus of 4x plus 2x minus 8 equal to 0, right? So here I got the factors x minus 4 and x plus 2 is equal to 0, right? So here I got the two values of x equal to 4 and x equal to minus 2. So here also I didn't get the unique value of x, so this alone is insufficient. So again both alone is insufficient, but if I combine both the conditions, so combine 1 and 2, when I combine 1 and 2, so here he say x is less than 0, this is only value which is x is less than 0 out of these two. So answer is x is equal to minus 2. So I got the unique value. So this both together are sufficient, so again the option is C. So please note down this and let me know when you are done, then we move forward. Okay. Now come on to the another question. He says, is x is greater than y, x is equal to y? So here x equal to y we have to find means हमको ये बताना either these two condition is sufficient, insufficient or alone insufficient to prove this thing. So if I take first one, so again I take variable to one side, so I get this, so I get ax minus equal to 0. So if AB is 0, what he means to say, either A is 0 or either B is 0. So either A is equal to 0 or x equal to y. So here it is insufficient. Why it is insufficient? Because if I take ax equal to ay and if I take a equal to 0 means 0 equal to 0, so this also sufficient when a is equal to 0. So this alone is insufficient. Okay. Now a square x minus, so here I also a square x minus pi equal to 0, right? So here either a square is equal to 0 or x minus y equal to 0. So here also I got x equal to y and a square is equal to 0. So this is also nothing but insufficient. Alone is insufficient. If I combine both 1 and 2, so by combining also I think I got a equal to 0 or x equal to y, which is again insufficient. I get the same solution. So what is the option for this? Both are insufficient, so option is E. So please note down this and let me know when you are done. Then we move forward. Done? Okay. Now is x is greater than y? He asked for is x or is greater than y, can be proved from this two conditions alone or both together is sufficient or insufficient to prove this expression. So if I take the first one, so it is ax minus ay is greater than 0, right? So ax minus y is greater than 0, right? So again it is a case of ab is greater than 0. So here we got two cases, either a is greater than 0 or x is greater than y, or another case is a is less than 0 and x is less than y. Okay, so this on both these two conditions this is insufficient. Okay, because in both the condition this expression will be true, so we didn't get the unique solution. In second condition, let's see the second one. If I take variable to one side, it becomes a square x minus a square y is greater than 0. And if I take a square x minus y is greater than 0. Now this again gives two cases, a square is greater than 0 and x greater than y, or a square less than 0 and x is less than y, because if a square x minus 5 ab is greater than 0, either a is greater than 0 and b greater than 0, or a is less than 0 and b is less than 0. So you tell me now, this is possible? Is square of any real number is less than 0? So this is not possible. So this condition discarded. And you tell me this is so always true, means a square is either greater than equal to 0. So a square is always 0. So if this is always true, means this proves x is greater than y. Means second statement alone is sufficient to prove this expression. So here we got the option B. Got this question? Okay, so note it down. Done. Okay, so here we are finished the first part, which is inequalities. Any doubt in any question? You noted down all the concept and question solution now? Okay, so here we end the inequalities and we start with new part 2, new topic, which is absolute values and modulus. So what is the definition of modulus? So modulus is the distance of a point or number from the origin on a number line. What he means to say, I tell you. Okay, what he means to say. Let's say, just give me a minute. So, what I say, modulus is a distance of a point or number line from the origin on a number line. What he means to say, let's say, if I draw a number line and this one is the origin. So, if given mode 2, this is the signature of, or means sign of modulus. So, it gives 2 because what it means, this is 2 units away from the 2 units away from the origins, means what I have to return 2 minus 0, which is 2. If another is given minus mode 2, so it is also 2, because what he means to say, it is minus 2 unit, minus 2 or distance is always positive, so it is basically 2 units from origin. So it is minus 2 minus 0 equal to mode 2. So where mode x is given, here to we get the definite value of modulus. But if variable is in the modulus, it always open with plus minus x. Right? You got this concept? Got this? Okay. Now we move forward. So general notation. So mode a minus b, distance of point A from point B on a number line. Okay. So write mode x minus 2 if given. This is the general notation. So mode x minus 2 means distance of x from point 2 from 2 on a number line. What this says. Okay. Now let's say given mode x plus 2. So how we interpret this? We interpret this like x minus minus 2, this. So it is distance of x from -2 on a number line. How we interpret this expression always. So this is the general one. Distance of point A from point B on a number line. So note down this, then we move forward on the and we see how which type of question asked in the absolute value. You done this? Okay, then we move forward. So there are four type of question basically asked in this. In last we see the general way, but 90% we use the shortcut. Or shortcut I say you have to remember types and how we solve these types. So first one is modulus and equality and inequality. Second type is two modulus only. Third one is modulus and non-modulus, and fourth one is general. So one by one we see and see how to solve every type. Okay, so first one is modulus and equality, then we see modulus and inequality. So when modulus means here variable inside the mode. Okay, we also see when variable outside the mode. So but here variable is inside the mode. So what the question say, mode x minus 3 equal to 4, find the value of x. So what you have to do here, you always replace this sign as by plus minus sign. And this term remain as it is. What I mean to say, for solve this, what you have to done, you write it is x minus 3 equal to 4 and then you solve. Now you also see one thing, what the student do the mistake. If I say replace this mode as plus minus, what they do x minus 3 equal to plus minus 4, but this you not to have do. You only first replace plus minus sign here, not here, because it gives the wrong solution. So you simply open like this, plus minus x minus 3 equal to 4. Now this gives two cases, x minus 3 equal to 4 and second one is minus of x minus 3 equal to 4. Then we solve one by one and get the two values of x. So here I got x equal to 7, right? And if I solve this, I got minus x plus 3 equal to 4, which is minus x equal to 1. So here I got x equal to minus 1. So I got the two values of x, one is 7 and another is minus 1. So you also remember this, you don't do this mistake. Okay, so note down this, then we move on the next question, modulus with inequality. Done. Okay, so next is modulus with inequality. So if mod 2x minus 1 is less than 7, then find the range of x. So again what we have to do, I replace this sign as plus minus. So I'll write plus minus 2x minus 1 is less than 7, right? Now it again gives two cases, either 2x minus 1 is less than 7 or another case is minus of 2x minus 1 is less than 7. So from here I got 2x is less than 8 and x is less than 4. Okay. And we have to take the common solution of these two cases. Here I got minus 2x plus 1 is less than 7. So I got minus 2x is less than 6. Now you tell me if I divide this minus 2 here, I have to reverse the sign. So I get x is greater than minus 3. Now if you draw on the number line, or if you draw on the number line, this is minus 3, this is 4. So x is greater than minus 3 or x is less than 4. So what common solution you get? You get common solution minus 3. X is between minus 3 and 4. Got this? This is the answer. So please note down this and let me know. Then we move on the next type of question. Now, if two modulus only and equations also. So, if two modulus are given, so now you say here if I replace mod s plus minus, so here you say now if I replace like this, plus minus x plus 5 equal to plus minus 4x minus 3. Now see here, see on the screen. Here I got 4 cases, plus plus, plus minus, minus minus, or plus plus, right? So I have to solve the 4 cases. But you tell me one thing. What is that thing? That thing is that you see, sorry, I take one is either to wrong. It is minus plus and fourth one is minus minus. Now you tell me these two are same, right? Either you take plus 2 equal to minus 3 or minus 3 equal to plus 2. So these two are same and these two is also same. So I discarded 2 cases. Okay. So for discarded 2 cases means these 2 cases give the same result and first and fourth one give the same result. What you have to do, you follow the same step as ever. You did not do this, you have to remove this plus minus and you on with this plus minus and on both, on any of the side, either you write plus minus x plus 5 equal to 4x minus 3 or x plus 5 equal to plus minus 4x minus 3. But if you follow the same one, you replace this as plus minus. So here what I do, I remove this sign. Okay, so I got 2 cases here again. X plus 5 equal to 4x minus 3, either of x plus 5 equal to, if I take negative sign here, minus of 4x minus 3, right? And if you solve this, this is minus 3x equal to minus 8, I think so. And here you get x equal to 8 by 3, right? If you solve this, you got x plus 5 equal to minus 4x plus 3 or 5x equal to minus of 2. So you get x equal to minus 2 by 5, right? Or if you want to do with minus plus and minus minus, you try at your home and you tell me you get the same result. From all the 4 cases, finally you find the, in 2 cases, common result. What result you have find? Minus 2 by 5, minus 2 by 5, 8 by 3 and 8 by 3. So the answer is x equal to minus 2 by 5 or 8 by 3. This is the answer of this question. So please note down this, then we move forward. Done? Okay. So we move on the next question. Okay. So the next question is, what is the value of x if mod x plus 2 equal to 3, mod x minus 2 and mod x is less than 3. So this one is तो हमने अभी ऊपर ही solve किया. I write is plus minus x equal is less than 3. So here I got two solution, x is less than 3 and minus x is less than 3. So it gives me x less than 3 or x is less greater than minus 3. So from here I got the solution minus 3 to x3. So I did not get the unique solution, so it is insufficient error. Now if I solve this, so I write as plus minus x plus 2 equal to 3 of x minus 2, right? So I write is one is x plus 2 equal to 3x minus 6, another is minus x minus 2 equal to 3x minus 6. So from here I got minus 2x equal to minus 8 or x equal to 4 from here. And if I am going to solve this, by what I got if minus of 4x equal to minus of 4, so I get x equal to 1. So this also give two values, so it is also alone is insufficient. Now if I combine both together, so he says x is between minus 3 to 3, x is from here to here, and here we got two solution, x is 4 or x is 1. So from here I got alone, this is discarded and I got x equal to 1. So both combined are sufficient, and if both combined are sufficient, so you got the answer C. So please note down this, then we move forward. Now the last type and fourth type, modulus, or I think so it 3, right? Modulus and non-modulus means variable outside the modulus. Here you see. So for solving this type of question, you have to follow same one. You replace as it is. What extra you have to do, I tell you. First I find the solution for this. So it gives x equal to 11x minus 6 or minus of x equal to 11x minus 6. So from here I got x equal to 6 by 10 or 3 by 5. So here I got x equal to 3 by 10, right? Here you got minus 12x equal to minus 6. So x equal to 6 by 12 or x equal to 1 by 2, right? So what extra you have to do? You have to substitute these value again in the equation. In this type of question, you have to substitute these two values in this equation and then check if this satisfies that this equation, then only that is the answer. If I substitute and check for left hand side equal to right hand side, okay, if I substitute 3 by 5 x equal to 3 by 5 here, so I got again in equation. So this is 3 by 5, but this is 33 by 5 minus 6. So here you got 33 minus 30 by 5, which is again 3 by 5. Okay, so first one is the solution because it satisfies the equation. Now check for second one. What is the equation? Mod x equal to 11x minus 6. So if I put second one here, so I mod 1 by 2 equal to 11 into 1 by 2 minus 6. So if I solve this, I got 11 minus 12 by 6, or this is the 1 by 2. So 1 by 2 I got 11 by 12 by 6. So what I got minus 1 by 2, which is wrong. So this one is not the solution because it does not satisfy the equation. So here you got the answer x equal to 3 by 5 only. First we got two answer, but when we put these two answer in our equation, only one will satisfy. So in this type of question, you have to substitute the solution which you solve and then check if it satisfied, then only the answer. Otherwise, you discard that answer. Done? Okay, note it down, then we move forward. Again, we go on the solution of data insufficiency or question of data insufficiency. So this one to we again solve as mode first time. Here you got x is less than 4 or minus x is less than 4, which you get x is greater than minus 4. So from here you got x is minus 4 to 4, which is insufficient. Okay, now I come on to this. So in this, what you have to do, you replace like this. Okay, so from here you get x minus 5 equal to 3x minus 7, or either of minus of x minus 5 equal to 3x minus 7. So from here you got minus 2x equal to minus 2, or x equal to 1. When you solve this, you got 5 minus x equal to 3x minus 7, or you got minus 4x equal to minus of 12. So here you got x equal to 3. So this is again, up now you many student done the mistake, he take these values, but in this time you have to satisfy it. If you put x equal to 1 here, you get minus 4 equal to 3 minus 7. This satisfies, this become 4, and this, so this is the solution. If you put x equal to 3, this become minus 2, and 9 minus 7 to equal to, so it also satisfies. So both the are the answer, but it is insufficient because I got two value. If I got one value, then it may be sufficient. Okay, now if I combine both and I say x is between minus 4 to 4, okay, and x is 1 and 3, so these both two are also insufficient. Okay, so option is E, because I got the two values of x. So note down this, then we move on the last concept. Sign of modulus, and see the general way to solve one question and critical point method. Done? Okay. So what is sign of modulus? How we put sign of modulus? So if mod x is given is equal to either to x or either to minus x, but when it will be x, the condition is that x is greater than equal to 0. Or if I write mod x as minus x, the condition is that x is less than 0. ये तो हो गया x के लिए. But if you have given mode of fx, means instead of x any function of fx is given, similarly you do the same thing. If fx, you write fx or minus fx, means you have to put anything is written in this, you write positive or negative. What is the condition for this? Fx is greater than equal to 0. What is the condition for this? Fx is less than 0. Okay, what I tell you, I tell you later. Then when we to the general way. For last question. Done? Note it down. Then this is the last question. Here we also see the critical point. What is the critical point? So how we solve if this question come in the paper? So this is the last wave question which they ask, and it is also lengthy one. So if mod x plus 1 plus mod x minus 4 is greater than 7, then here the find the range of x. So first you understand, first you have to find the critical point. And what is critical point? So basically critical point is nothing. You have to put these values equal to 0, and what the value of x you get, this is the critical point. Means if I put x plus 1 equal to 0, so first critical point I got x equal to minus 1. If I put x minus 4 equal to 0, so second critical point I got x equal to 4. Now what you have to do, you have to make the cases by considering these critical point. What I mean, you make this as number line and you take minus 1 or 4. So these 2 points divide the number line into 3 pieces, means there are 3 cases. This is case 1, this is case 2, and this is case 3. So we solve one by one. Case 1 is x is less than minus 1. Case 2 is x is minus 1 to 4. And case 3 is x is greater than 4. Okay. So first I take the case 1 and tell you how to solve case 1. X is less than minus 1. Now how to open these modulus? So you simply do, you put anything less than 1. So if I put, let's say x is equal to minus 10. So in the first bracket, if I put, I got the negative number, right? And in the second bracket, if I put, again I got the negative number. So what you have to do, you have to open these modulus by negative sign. Means I write as mod x minus 1 minus of mod x minus 4 is greater than 7. Okay. So when you solve this, you got minus of 2x greater than 4, and you got, I divide by negative constant. So here I got the solution x is less than minus 2. Now you tell me, you combine these two solutions. X is less than minus 1 and x is less than minus 2. Say, so here what common solution I got? The common solution I got, when x is less than minus 1, it is automatically less than when x is less than minus 2, it is automatically less than minus 1. So what common solution I get? X is less than minus 2. Now in case 2 is x is minus 1 to 4. Okay, minus 1 to 4. Okay, what I take? You take the equal sign in the forward, means for the right side here. Okay, so x is minus 1 to 4. So again we put x equal to 0. And so how we solve this? So how, just give me a minute. Okay, so if I put in mode x minus 1 x equal to 0, x minus 1 or x plus 1, sorry, I take x minus 1. No, it is x plus 1. I solve this, right? Minus x minus 1 minus x plus 4 is greater than 7, so it is minus 2x. This is right. Sorry, this is mode x plus 1. I write here wrong. So when minus, so I put x equal to 0 in this, so I got 1, which is positive. So how I write first bracket? It is x plus 1. When I see mode x minus 4 and put 0, it give minus 4. So how I write this bracket? With negative sign, x minus 4, and it is greater than 7. So what you got? X plus 1 minus x plus 4 is greater than 7. So here you got 5 is greater than 7, which is totally wrong. Means here is no solution. In case 2, you didn't get any solution. Now come on the last case and solve this. Case 3 is when x is greater than equal to 4. So when I put 5, so this is positive. When I put 5, this is 6 and this is 1. So both the modulus open with positive sign. So what? X plus 1 plus of x minus 4 is greater than 7, and when you solve this, you got 2x minus 3 is greater than 7, 2x is greater than 10, and x is greater than 5. Also here x is, what is the combined solution? X is greater than 4 and x is greater than 5. So if x is greater than 5, x is already greater than 4. So what is the combined solution for both the three cases? Combined solution for this, for both the three cases, is x is less than minus 2 or x is greater than 5. So this is all about modulus and absolute values and inequality. Now your homework is you first note down this. So now your homework is you have to solve the QB of inequalities of modulus. So we will meet in the next class, and thank you.